But it's not the whole story. You never get the whole story. We're releasing 5 prisoners of theirs. They're releasing 5 prisoners of ours. And oh, by the way, here's $6 billion.
Yeah. Well, I think that just...
Now, did you read that anywhere?
No, and that's...
Or am I the only one who sees this?
That's what I think, it's one of the reasons why the American people do not trust the media. We know, and we've seen over the years, that it's basically just another wing of the Democratic Party. It's basically...
Well, it is now. It is now.
I mean,
Sure.
It's essentially like the PR wing of the Democratic Party. So it doesn't surprise me at all, but no, I did not hear about it. And I think it just goes to actually show the weakness of the Biden administration. If our government...
Wait a minute. I have to cut you off. It doesn't show the weakness, Ericka. It shows their intent. This was not done from a position of weakness. It wasn't even, I would argue, done from a position of stupidity. Like, we've had these discussions and arguments, you and I, where, they're stupid. Oh, no. Never underestimate your enemy. They are not stupid. The Biden administration is doing this with intent. My question to you is, and I know we're sort of we're winging this. If they're doing it with intent, which I would bet you all the money in the world and all the tea in China, why are they doing it with intent? What's the purpose?
Well, and that's the question. It's clearly an unequal exchange. And so if your goal, and I believe that it is to destabilize the American position around the globe, then this makes a lot of sense. Give money to our enemies, show weakness in that you are willing to take less in a negotiation than you get. Right? Because
that's for sure.
I mean, that's for sure. That's what when I say weakness, that's what I mean is, okay, you negotiated a crappy deal. They got way more than we got out of it. So not only are you, arming and equipping one of our greatest enemies and the enemy of our ally, Israel, but you are demonstrating massive weakness. So
and again, I have to disagree. I don't think they're demonstrating weakness. I think they're demonstrating intent. And I want to go back to what Jay the Republican
they can be.
said.
They're not mutually exclusive, right? So,
yeah, but wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. They're not mutually exclusive. I think this was done specifically to benefit China, whose economy is in shambles right now. Right. So to me, it's the China card. Like the two big cards in the Biden administration are the Ukraine card, right, and the China card. Right. You can argue the Russia, the mayor's daughter of Moscow. That's a different conversation. But there's no question because we're always focusing now on Burisma and Ukraine and the war, and we're going to talk about that too later in the show. But let's not forget the paramount connection between the Chinese Communist Party, Hunter Biden, and the big guy, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, and there is this axis of evil, China, Iran, South Korea, and by the way, I'm sorry, North Korea, take it back to the South Koreans. The North Korean Kim Jong-un is going to Moscow as we speak.
Yep.
To meet with Vladimir Putin.
Skipped the G20 summit. Right? Okay, so China skipped the G20 summit in order to go to Russia.
But does this make sense to you? I mean, tell me, punch holes in my theory. I think China is the driver of this. The money, right? The money. Look, the truth is I don't think Iran would have released any prisoners for their own people because Iran does not value their own people's lives like we do. So you needed the money anyway. But the ayuch, right? The double kill here for them is they get the PR victory and they get to curry favor with their masters in China, who to me are driving this deal because of the leverage they have on the Biden administration and specifically the Biden crime family. Tell me where I'm wrong.
I would not be surprised at all. I feel like that is a very reasonable conclusion to come to. When we see that these countries are, colluding, working together, when we know that the Chinese government is, that Biden is in the pocket of China and Ukraine and all of the corruption and the money that's flowing, right? How many billions of dollars is it that's now missing that we've sent to Ukraine?
It's not missing. Someone knows where it is. We just don't know where it is.
And so it's, it almost, again, it feels like we're basically just funding our enemies, funding corruption, and it all can be tied back to the Biden family, the Biden crime family.